Okay, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, kitty, go on. Get. Okay, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, this is not done out of hate. This is not a rant. This ain't nothing like that. This is just long story short, somebody left a comment here the other day. They was kind of disagreeing with dog hunting and disagreeing with trapping. But they didn't do it necessarily in a hateful way, and I thought they had a little bit of taste, you know, in their conversation. And I don't, I normally don't pick out a certain subject or a certain comment to make a whole video on. It's very rare, but for some reason this one stuck out to me. Just, I guess, people not understanding both sides of it, I guess you could say. So, long story short, I felt the need to make a video response to this person. I'm not going to say who it is. If you're watching this and you want to leave your name in the bottom in the comments, you do it. I will like and whatever that comment and put you near the top. But just out of respect, just in case you don't want anything said about you, I'm just not going to do it. But either way, here we go. Basically, there's this video, and y'all can look it up, see how the conversation progressed. It's called We Got a Coy Dog. It was put up there by Ditch Bank Boys Outdoors. A young fella out there trapping, getting into it. And I'd much rather him do that than be out, you know, whore hopping and doing drugs and drinking. So, good for you, bud. Hopefully you get some subscribers out of this. But anyway, just a young fella out there trapping. Now, some of the issues I believe this person had with it was mainly the trapping, and I think the guy made a mention if he's going to sell the animal or sell the coyote to a running pen, and that's another issue we're going to talk about. But either way, he didn't like it back and forth. Either way, I asked him to get in depth a little bit about from where he was coming from, why certain viewpoints was the way they was, and it goes something like this. And he said, I don't like trapping because it causes a lot of unnecessary fear and panic in animals. But as long as it's done without unnecessary pain, I wouldn't go as far to say it is abuse. Now, I'm assuming he's talking about leg hold traps, because that was a style of trap that the coyote was caught in. And I got a quick answer for that. Yeah, I'm sure I'll go anywhere. I got a quick answer for that. This is a number 3 Duke, or it's a number 3, just happens to be a Duke is the brand. It's a leg hold trap. It's the largest trap you can use in Alabama. Now let's talk about the rest of this conversation. As far as pain's concerned, I ain't got no fur. I mean, it's just there, okay? That didn't hurt. The traps are not designed to hurt, they're designed to hold. So there's a whole lot of laws, and I'm gonna try to make this video a little bit shorter. I ain't gonna explain all the laws. There's a lot of laws that makes them humane, such as no teeth and so on and so forth. You're supposed to check them every day, blah, blah, blah. There's several different laws that makes them humane. So, either way, as far as pain goes, bullcrap. I mean, that's just absolute bullcrap. They might go a little numb through the night, but no big deal. So, sorry, bud, they don't hurt. They're designed to hold, not hurt. So, as far as panic, I mean, I'm not panicking right now. Now, granted, I was expecting this, and I'm sure the animal wouldn't. But anyhow, you can take an animal and put it in a completely calm situation. Someone's going to be more panicky. You can't control what animals do what. There's some animals that are going to panic and run out in front of a car and get run over, you know, because they panicked. So it ain't up to me whether they panic, it's up to them. So I personally don't feel as bad for it. But I've actually come up to, most of the time you come up to an animal in a trap, he's sitting there sleeping. Very seldom do you walk up to one and he's just freaking out going crazy. That's actually the rarity in trapping. Most times they're sitting there calm or they're sitting there sleeping. So panic, that's up to the animal, and it's just pretty rare in my experience, and I've done a lot of trapping. But he also goes to say that he wouldn't mind it as long as there wasn't no unnecessary pain. So hopefully now he don't mind leg hold traps. Long story short. Okay, coursing with dogs. Now by coursing he means basically hunting with dogs. So I've been dog hunting for 15 years. I've never heard it called coursing. He might be in a different part of the country. I don't know, but that's a new one to me. He said it is absolute abuse. Well, depends on the style of it, I guess, but let's see what he says. You have the ability to grant these animals a quick death, yet you choose to allow your dogs to tear them apart. Okay. No, no it don't. As far as I'm speaking from the American houndsman. In America, the houndsmen, their hounds don't chase and tear them down. We got scent hounds. They got the hounds with big long noses, big long ears to waft up the scent. I mean, look behind me right here. Look at all this. You can't see a rabbit 10 foot in there, much less run him down. Ain't no dog can tear through that and catch a rabbit or catch anything. It just ain't gonna happen. Generally, I ain't speaking for all of America. There are some people that do lives out in open countries, got big open areas, and you know, I understand that. You know, they do got some dogs that are sight hounds and do run stuff down, but for the rest of the remaining 95% of us, our dog's job is to get on that scent and trail it. Man, of the hundreds of rabbits I chase every year, dogs might catch 2, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that's dumb luck. That's right. That is the rarity. So out of the hundreds of ones that I personally run, like I said, 2 might get caught. It is very rare. I mean, the rabbits got a lot worse chance with a coyote. And it's that way with any animal. Same thing with people that hunt deer with dogs or coon, anything. That's the rarity. So, no, hunting them with dogs not abuse. The dog's job, 95% of the style in America, their job is not to kill them. Their job is to give chase and chase them and let the hunters do the shooting and the killing. So, once again, this is just an uneducated thing. They think all traps are bad, all dogs are. No, it ain't. Trapping, if done right, is ethical, and hunting with dogs 95% of the time is ethical. Once again, a lot better than what a coyote would do to them. So anyways, like, do you understand how slow of a death that is? On a rabbit, it's very quick, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Once again, this video is also about coyotes, and I'm kind of strayed from that. Once again, a coyote does a lot worse. Canine animals do not crush the windpipe. Basically, it's just talking about how, I know, they tear them apart. I know, it's what canines do. We know that. It says, when you're coursing with dogs, you actively are choosing to sit back and let your dogs terrorize a deer, fox, and coyote, or whatever animal you've chosen to hunt, and allow them to kill the animal slowly. Well, it ain't torture. I mean, they get run by stuff all the time. Wild animals are used to that level of stress. You know, that's another day. That's like stopping at a gas station to pick up a biscuit for us. You know, they're used to a coyote getting on them, or another animal, even their own species, trying to chase them and kill them. So they're used to that. There ain't no big deal there. So that's just another day in the park on the stress thing. I don't think it bothers them all that much personally. Let's see here. It's unnecessary and sadistic. So's commenting on a video. Not to mention putting your dogs in a situation where they could be injured for your entertainment while hunting something with just as much capacity to harm them or worse. It is just as bad. And I kind of agree with you there. Like some of them coon hunters that'll, you know, try to intentionally knock out a coon alive, which I don't agree with. I say shoot them in the head. But a lot of them try to knock them out alive so they can see a fight. And I agree with you there. Vet bills ain't cheap. You know, the coon didn't ask to be shot out of a tree, getting treated. He didn't ask for that. And, you know, I mean, the dog was asking for it. I mean, that's what the dog wants to do. It's what you trained it to do. But I agree with you there. The only time I disagree with that is when you squall a coon out of a tree, because that coon climbed down that tree wanting to fight. You didn't shoot him. Well, in case you don't know, you squall, you sound like another coon, and they come crawling down the tree, and they just jump on the dogs. They want to fight. In that situation, the coon's completely healthy, the dog's completely healthy, the coon wanted it, the dog wanted it, and I'm fine with that one, for me personally. But anyways, that's a little niche thing that I'm okay with, because everybody involved was asking for that one. But anyways, but other than that, I agree with you. Yeah, you don't need to put your dog in a bad situation. You know, people's got these catch dogs on hogs. It's got its place, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. But I think you just need to have them bait up and then slip in there and shoot them personally. Now, I understand it's more risky for the dogs in a sense, because a stray bullet might accidentally hit a dog. You can't tell what's going to go on. I get that. But once again, I don't hog hunt. I mean, would I go on a hog hunt? Oh yeah, I'd probably do that in a heartbeat. Like I said, I fully agree it's an enjoyable thing. I just don't think I'd be the one putting my dogs in harm's way in that sense. I mean, if you hog hunt, good for you. I'm not going down your hunting. As hunters, we need to stick together. We don't need to be down on each other. Ain't enough of us left. That's my opinion. But anyways, he goes on to say, I'm all for hunting, but using dogs is a huge no in my opinion. Well, hopefully I mean, you still might not disagree, you might not agree with me after this video, but hope you have a slightly different opinion, a slightly different outlook on it. I ain't gonna try to change your opinion. Just shoot the D-word things. Death is a part of life, but as a human with morals and consciousness, and of course a gun, I feel it's my responsibility to shoot the creature with a fast death. My respect to the creature, I have to take it back, my respect to the creatures with a fast death. And I agree with that. I think you need to kill them as quick as possible. Now, if you hunt and all that other stuff, you're going to know full well, even in the perfect prim conditions, you're still going to make a bad shot every once in a while. We are humans. Humans have air. And then if it was a perfectly well-built machine, animals are not machines, so they're going to move and back and forth and whatnot. So, you know, there are natural variants in there from the animal and the human side. Mistakes are going to happen. Even in the perfect conditions, ain't going to happen quite right. So, like I said, hopefully the takeaway from this is obviously trapping ain't as bad as you think it is. And hunting with dogs ain't just people tearing loose a bunch of vicious hellhounds go tear stuff up, you know, just rip stuff to shreds. That is a very, very rare occasion. Like I said, 95% of it is people just out there tearing the dogs loose, enjoying each other's camaraderie, and enjoying the day. You spend a lot of time walking with your buddies and bull crapping, having a good time, but you don't really get to do with other styles of hunting because you're trying to be quiet, trying to do this. And it really brings people together, being able to get out there and just bull crap and have a good time and shoot some stuff, in my opinion. And if you ever get a chance to dog hunt, I recommend it. I mean, try it out. You know, you ain't got to shoot nothing if you don't agree with it. Just try it out and see what it's about. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing like hearing a good old pack of hounds start to come over a hill or something coming towards you, getting louder and louder, and you know there's an animal between you and them. It ain't for everybody, but I highly recommend give it a try before you just completely bash it from an uneducated side of it. So hopefully I shed some light on that. Now as far as the running pin thing, let's just jump on that right quick. That wasn't mentioned in this particular comment, but a few comments back he did mention running pins. Now my opinion on them, once again, yeah, you're going to see them YouTube videos of a coyote pinned up in a corner somewhere the dog's caught. Once again, that's the rare thing. Most of them are just going to run loose in that big old pen. And they got enough, I mean, they're dogs themselves. They know how to throw other dogs. They got enough sense how to do that. So they're used for training purposes, and like I said, I don't think it's that unnatural. As far as people claiming there's too many coyotes in that small of an area, coyotes are highly adaptable. There's a reason there's more coyotes than there are wolves and fox in all of America combined. There's more coyotes than them other two. A coyote will do whatever's necessary to survive. And he's more adaptable than any other thing else. He can live in the city, he can live in the country, he can live by himself, he can live with a pack. A coyote or a wolf is strictly a pack animal. He's easy to kill once you figure out the pack and understand the pack mentality. A fox, he's by himself all the time. He's got his niches where he can thrive and live and whatever, but you know, he still ain't he's got a niche. If his niche ain't there, he ain't gonna survive. A coyote does whatever he has to. So a coyote is just, people's like, well, they gotta have so many square miles, and that's bull crap. You can have a couple acres somewhere and have 10 coyotes on it. If like, I think there's a dump pretty close to here. They got a huge pack of coyotes just stays in the woods next to it, because all they do is climb out, eat the garbage stuff, and go right back in. So in that situation, as long as they got food, they don't mind having a whole bunch of them right there. That's also just nature. You know, the more resources you got, the more animals you're ultimately going to have. It's just the way it is. So as far as them being, you know, having too small of an area, no, I don't think that's the case. I think as long as they got the food, I think it's okay. They're somewhat a pack animal anyhow, by nature, part-time anyways. And like I said, even if the dogs do catch one, this part of the conversation, I'm going to throw some opinion in there. I'm not going to lie to you. This is opinion. On the coyote front, I do respect them. They're a smart animal. They do what they got to do. Hey, kitty, you want to come up here? I'd rather have you up here than clawing in my little lap there on my knee. But anyways, personally, I hate coyotes. I have lost several good hunting dogs to coyotes. My buddies have too. What a coyote will do is he'll get down there and off in the woods beside your house somewhere, and you'll hear what's called a challenge. It sounds like a cross between a growl and a bark. It ain't a wolf and it's a ruh, 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 like a bruh, like it's a weird sound. It's like a bark with some growl in it, and it's called a challenge. And he'll do that challenge, and that dog's like, well, hey, who's down there? Who's in my woods? You know, he'll go down there, go and whoop his tail or check him out or whatever he's going to do. When he gets down there's 5 coyotes. So you come back the next day, and like this guy was saying earlier, there's a gut hanging over here. There's an ear barely hanging on a skull over here, and it's brutal. It's gruesome. They tear your dogs up. So, and then they don't even eat them. They just kill them. You know, and I understand it's natural. That's a competition. They feel threatened by it. They want to take care of it. That's fine and dandy. We're doing the same thing. Like I said, I've lost a couple of dogs there, and I do not like coyotes. In my particular part of the country, they're not even native to here, so they don't need to be here anyways. And also, I like to rabbit hunt, so obviously they hurt a lot of rabbit stuff too, so I ain't got much use for them. And even me, with the living that I've got, you know, the way I make my actual money, they kill a lot of deer, so they're affecting my money as well. So I ain't got no use for a coyote. Not around here anyways. Nobody does. They even in the cities, they slip up and catch people's cats and dogs all the dang time. Look, there's plenty of videos of that too. Old cat just minding its business and a coyote come up and just tearing it to shreds and fur flying. So, you know, given the chance, I mean, a coyote, if the tables was turned, there wouldn't be no humans left. Coyotes just kill the crap out of us. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, they're an animal. Yeah, they got certain rights and everything, but personally, I don't think the running pen's bad. You know, you get some more financial gain out of him, especially for a southern coyote. There is no market for a southern coyote whatsoever. Fur's too thin, they don't like. Okay, battery died now. And I went and took the trap off. That's what it looks like. So, no big deal. It's like you slept on the couch and got a little line on you. Pretty much same thing. But anyways, so like I said, our coyotes around here wasn't full-blooded anyway, so the fur, matter of fact, the guy in that video had a coy dog, okay? Just to show you how many wild dogs we got down here. It got crossed anyway. So even to this day, they're not full-blooded coyotes. They got so much other stuff messing the fur up and making it too coarse and unnatural, you know, compared to, like if you look at a coyote out west, he got some long, fluffy, pretty fur, and he's a lot smaller animal. You know, they pick up, oh, look at this big old 30-pound coyote, and he don't even hardly reach their knees. Our coyotes reach your dang ankles, and they got this woolly, ugly, brown, short fur compared to the ones out west. So anyways, it's better to sell them to a running pen for $100, $200 as opposed to literally have do all that skinning, all that fleshing, all that bull crap, and then when you get done, he won't even sell. He's worthless. So yeah, it's a lot better financially to get some value out of them that way. Heck, even for a good high dollar coyote, it's still better just to sell them to a running pen if you got a running pen. Anyways, that's my opinion. I personally, like I said, don't like them, but that's just opinion. But anyhow, hopefully I answered a lot of your questions. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I ain't gonna mention your name. If you want to be mentioned, mention it on your own accord now. But anyways, I guess that concludes the video. I know this is a very controversial topic. A lot of y'all ain't going to agree with this, and I understand that. Everybody's got their own opinion, but also keep in mind, we don't need to, hunters as a whole, we do not need to break up into our own little factions. We need to be hunters, be good to each other, and we need to stay strong. That's my personal opinion. Ain't that right, kitty? Ain't that right? So anyways, that's just my personal opinion, so don't bash each other, don't down each other. There's no point in it. At the end of the day, all you done was prove you was a butthole. So there's no point in putting a bunch of negative comments out there. It ain't showing you as a better person. It ain't helping out your cause. Just to heck with it. There's no point in that. Just be good to each other. But either way, hopefully y'all enjoyed that video. And once again, knowing me, y'all know it's a bit windy, but y'all have a good day. So bye, kitty.